It's the People Station, V103, Frank and Wanda in the morning. Good morning to your crew. Welcome to the Frank and Wanda Morning Show. The name of the book is called Conversations. Harper is our special guest. He is here with us. Along, we have some other special guests that are here with us as well. So Dr. Tartt is here with us as well. He's got a lot going on. Which one of these do you want me to do? The third one? Oh, okay. Georgia Department of Highway Safety Click It or Ticket program is bringing you this hour on the People Station V103.
Yeah.
All right. So we've had a lot about conversations and talking about conversation, and I want to ask this question of our panelists and of the audience. Whenever Wanda and I have had this conversation about relationships, there's a major issue that always comes up. And I'll define that issue by saying the new generation of women. There's a whole new generation of women that have a whole new idea of what being successful is all about. There was a time when women would consider success strictly on whether or not they were married and had kids. That was successful. Like, as a woman, you were successful when you got married and had kids. Like, there was a taboo in our community. I remember growing up that there was always that aunt that never was married. And you always be like, what happened to her? Like, you know, she never got married. Like, you thought there was something wrong with her. But now you have a whole generation of women, especially that have moved to Atlanta, come to Atlanta, that success is they in the corporate world just like men are, and they going for your job and everybody else's job, and they hustling. We're in a generation of women that are hustlers. No longer is the word hustler just defined by a man. Women can be hustlers, and in this city, women out-hustle men heavily. Women are running these corporations. Most men got female bosses. Women are making more money than men. Women are driving cars better than us. Women are buying houses here. Women, like, this is the town of successful women. What effect does that have on relationships?
Well, you know, obviously, I believe folks believe it has more effect than it should. And what I mean by that is first of all, let's take a historical context of what's happened in the African-American community vis-a-vis African-American males. And this is not to make excuses or justify someone living below their potential. But historically speaking, as we moved out of an industrial age, this is into the 60s, moved out of the industrial age and industrial hiring into a more corporate-based hiring, it's clear that the men who were running those corporations at the time felt much more comfortable hiring black women to work with them in the office than hiring black men. And then we also have introduction to crack cocaine in the community, the end of the Vietnam War, all these different factors that had black men in certain cities and urban environments becoming more of a statistic. And we're talking about getting involved in the penal system, et cetera. So you're absolutely right. In many urban centers in this country, black women are out earning black men. Now, here's the question. Does that, because we're talking about relationships, does that automatically poison a relationship? And the answer is absolutely not. I mean, we can, you know, I've already used them as an example, but let's take the Obamas as an example. When they met and they were married, she was the primary breadwinner in the family for the first several years of the relationship. When they first met, he had a car with a hole in it. He didn't have a job. She was a fourth year successful attorney, 3 years away from being partner, and he was unemployed, and all he wanted to do was write a book at that point. And so the question to really ask is not whether the fact that if a woman is out earning a man, does that automatically poison the relationship? The question really to ask is, are you dating for status or are you dating for potential?
But I think the thing, I agree with that, but here's the problem and the argument I have with using the Obamas as an example. Most women date a man for their potential. So even
no,
if
they don't. No, Frank, they don't. No, they don't, Frank. They do not.
Let me clarify what I'm saying, because I knew that.
They do not.
I guess that word hit you.
They date a man for where they date the man. Most women, and this is off the research from my book. Most women date a man for where they're at right now.
That's true. That's true.
They are not dating for potential. Yeah, they're dating for his current status,
I agree.
Whatever that is.
But wait, here's the problem I have when I'm saying that. Yes, Barack was without a job, but where did he graduate from?
But I think that's a perfect example.
He graduated from Harvard.
But so did she.
True. But that's my point, though. But my point was she wasn't going to marry the dude that was working at Burger King.
She was way... But we're not talking about that.
Women like a man that's ambitious. It's where he's going. They will tie into his potential.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So they're tying into the potential. If he's ambitious and he's working towards something.
Frank, they're not, because the vast majority of men, whether you want to believe it or not, are very ambitious. The problem is what the ambition leads them to do, what choices the ambition leads them to make. So it's not just about ambition, because brothers are ambitious. They just sometimes make poor choices regarding that ambition. So it's not just about ambition.
Isn't it true that a man will say, isn't it, because you guys said this in the beginning of the conversation, you want a woman that's going to, bring you up, and you want to help bring a woman up, but a lot of women will date a guy and be with a guy because they see something in him bigger than he sees in himself. That you see something in this dude that's bigger than what the dude sees for himself, and a woman is going to help you get to that point. Every successful man is going to say, if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be where I am. You said if it wasn't for Michelle, Barack wouldn't be where he is. So women do have a role in bringing their guy up. So a lot of people will say, a lot of women will call in and say, Wanda, how many women call in the show and say, I wish he would step his game up?
We get a lot of those calls.
I wish he would step up. Like my goodness, how long is he going to be doing this for? How long? So that's why I asked the question about whether or not the success issue of a successful woman doesn't work when they date down and they meet a guy who's dating.
Frank, look at the words you're using first of all. Okay. Dating down. What does that mean? Tell me, what is down, Frank? Define down. What is down? Define what down is, Frank.
Defining down is the woman who's already at her job. She has a car.
So you're associating with money and prestige.
Absolutely.
That is down.
That's not down.
Absolutely.
That automatic association will cripple us.
But that's true. But listen to me. You guys are. I'm with you. But you're arguing the point instead of what I'm trying to say is the rationale in the person's mind. I believe that finance has nothing to do with success. I'm with you on that. What I'm saying is there's a certain mentality that a person has once they've achieved success. They have a certain mentality in their mind already. When a person goes out and has already achieved their success, they bought the car, they got the house, and they're already living a certain way, their mentality is different than a person's mentality who hasn't gone there yet.
I like a successful woman. She can have all that, long as she allows me room to be a man and let me know that I'm bringing something to the table.
That's what I'm getting at. That's what I'm getting at. That's the point I'm getting at. Most men will complain that when they meet the woman who's successful and the women are not giving them their chance to be the man. Oh,
Nina said we got to rap. We don't want to rap.
Okay. Yeah.
We have to take a commercial break.
We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. It's Frank and Wanda.
Yeah.